Hello, I'm Dr. Craig Childress. I'm a clinical psychologist in Pasadena, California, specialized in working with children and families around issues of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, parent-child relationship problems, angry, oppositional, defiant children, marital problems, things like that. Now, in this video series, I've been discussing a particular type of parent-child relationship issue that I refer to as a parental alienation dynamic. In this video segment, I'm going to be continuing a discussion of the relationship features involved with the alienation process. And in the previous segments, I've spoken about normal, healthy parent-child relationship development and then how that goes haywire when the child enters into a relationship with a narcissistically organized parent who lacks the empathy to resonate with the child's inner experience and actually communicates through a variety of relational moves and communication approaches that invalidates and nullifies the child's authentic inner experience, but then also how the narcissistic organized personality dominates in the presentation of meaning and in the imposition of the meaning regarding relationships and regarding events. Now, while the child is in relationship, in this fused psychological relationship with the narcissistic person, they acquire this sense of inflation through the mirror neuron network. They feel that self-confidence and the inflation and the entitlement as if it was they were having the experience themselves. However, the authentic experience of the child is actually being suppressed. Because the narcissistic parent is unable to empathize or attune with the child's inner experience, there is no amplification of what the child's authentic experience is. Instead, the child adopts the imposed meaning structure of the alienating parent. And when the child's sort of self-structure, it's called, does not receive a resonant sort of response from the relationship of the parent, the self of the child, the authentic of the self of the child, stays in this more primitive, more undifferentiated state. And so while the child presents as mature because they're absorbing through the mirror neuron network and the intersubjective field, they're absorbing the power and authority and self-confidence and the adultness of the narcissistic parent, the child's authentic self-structure is not being expressed and articulated and expanded and elaborated. So their authenticity is actually truncated and atrophying in this process. And that's going to have problematic outcomes when the child enters young adulthood and enters the world where now they bring their individual self-structure. They're no longer in this fused narcissistic relationship with the parent. And likely some of the potentials for this is there will be a collapse of self without the supporting influence of this relationship with the narcissistically organized parent. So you might go into the depression. There will be difficulties as the child seeks to have this self-inflation kind of maintained by others. And so there's going to be problems in the potentially in the marriage and in relating to others on an authentic level, because the child just simply hasn't developed the experience in doing that. Although during childhood they will present as very mature, very well organized, conversational, just a great little person sitting in your office talking to you. They're missing the kidness of being a kid. They're moving too quickly into adulthood or into this adult way of being, rather than bringing and recognizing their own authentic experience, bringing it into relationship and having somebody resonate with who they are in that experience.